I'm sorry, I didn't see you down.
I said,
Are
we
going?
I don't think I've ever sat at this seat this spot.
Me either.
So far away.
So far,
Hi.
so far.
To all of you.
You're in the mayor's seat.
Oh.
Oh, gosh.
Feeling very
Do you
honored
want to
right
move?
now.
It's now 3:30 and we'll call the meeting to order. And we'll do a roll call. Shannon Verdoff,
Here.
Joanna Daniels,
Here.
Erica Grammer,
Here.
Jim Holcomb,
Here.
Pam Teller,
Here.
Jackie Wilbur here, and Katie Wilson.
Here.
All right. So we have a quorum. Welcome to the meeting, and welcome Pam. We're glad to have you. Our new member Pam Teller is with us today. So after I get an approval of the agenda, and in lieu of public recognition, we may let you tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay.
So,
That's fine.
do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Okay, I have a second. Joanna, did you want to amend the agenda to include the?
You know what, no, but I would like to state to have it on the July, agenda, just so that way, if someone wants to come and speak, you know, how much they love Alicia, public comment, it can be in July.
Okay, so we will postpone the Personnel Committee report until July.
And then that way also you guys can have the time, those who weren't the committee can have the time to look at the evaluation.
Okay. So do you have copies of that, or have you sent that
I'll
out?
email it to you guys,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay, so I have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the agenda. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay. All right. We're now, with no public recognition and no one signed to speak, we're going to go to item number 4, which is kind of new, but Shannon is now a commissioner's representative on our library board. We haven't had one of those since Larry Hinton went off the library board, and he was a county commissioner and a library board member since the beginning of time, almost. So this is kind of new, so we're going to add that and especially now that it's budget season, and let Shannon give us a little report and a little overview of from the commissioners,
Oh, well.
or whatever.
Yeah, just, okay.
Yeah.
I took notes. I don't,
Okay.
I mean, I always take notes, but I don't always prepare with notes. So I just have a few things I want to talk about. One of note, and I guess I should have forwarded that email to y'all. I have a library card at Billettsville Library, which is Nashville Public Library, and they sent, and I paid $10 a year to have the online, otherwise it would be free. So I know our Sumner County residents can go and have a library card there. And I know we all have a lot of homeschoolers that use the library, and I know when I was homeschooling, I used interlibrary loan a lot because books are out of print or whatever. And they are going to stop offering interlibrary loan to out-of-county residents due to the cost. So y'all might want to contact them, because this is going to affect your circulation.
Is this all of Davidson County?
It's, yeah, because Nashville Public Library, it's all their branches, yeah. Yeah, because it's all. So I wanted to let y'all know that. And then the workshop for budget, we did not, well, I'm not on budget, but I sat through the hearings from 10 o'clock and the workshops. We did not workshop the libraries. I know there was some discussion about the salaried librarians that make less than 58 whatever and some change that in January. So I know he put libraries off, and that will be on the 16th at 4 p.m. That's a special call. Well, I don't know it's a special call, but it's budget workshop. So that's when y'all will be there. So you might want to come or send a representative, or I will be here as the trustee. It's May 16th at 4 p.m.
This room?
Yes, they'll be in here, room 112. And I want you all to know I finished all of my 10 training classes yesterday, and and I'm assuming now that it said that the trustees should be here for budget, I will be here. But I don't know that I could answer any detailed questions because I'm not a seasoned, I'm not a Jackie Wilbur. So, and then the
And
last.
Jackie doesn't like budgets.
And the last thing I want to discuss is, I went to Monday's, Alicia's review and noticed that we don't have the owl there. And, and Joanna stated, you stated that it was because it was not in our policy. But, and I talked to legal, and they said that you don't have to. But commissioners want that.
Okay.
There are commissioners who want that. And there are citizens who cannot attend these meetings due to the hours or whatever. Or maybe they just don't want to come or can't come. And we need to have that sunshine on everything we do. Every committee meeting, every one of these board meetings. There's so much scrutiny surrounding the library board right now in the public that all the sunshine we can get is the best thing that we can do. And personally, using a personal recording, voice recording that you take home, and while that would be valid in court, he said it would be valid in court, does not have the stamp of the law on it. Like these lights, like this, or the owl, or the stamp of the government. And I'm going to request from here on out that we have that. So no one in the community can say that we're obfuscating or that we're hiding things or that we're not using sunshine. And that's what I'm going to ask right now. And if it is not carried out, then the commission can take steps to force it through a resolution. So I just want you to know that. And that, because the owl, this protects us. Protects the board, it protects the county, it protects the directors. And that is the last part of my report. So thank you.
Thank you. And I know that we voted on the bylaws this month, a year ago.
Mhm.
So we need to take a look at them every year.
Mhm.
We don't have to rewrite them, but we can, so that is something that we could probably add the language to in the bylaws. And as we convene a policies and bylaws committee, and just add that language, and that would take care of that. Joanna?
I just wanted to comment really quickly, and I did talk to legal as well, and he said that I just need to create a folder and upload that so that it is available for the public. So I will be doing that.
I appreciate that.
No, I'm just
Yes.
saying. I'm not saying that we
But
can't
I'm
do it all.
going to go further in saying that this board serves at the pleasure of the county commission. The county commission is requesting. Commissioner Mansfield insisted that we have an owl
Sure.
when he was on the other commission for this type thing. And the owl is what we should be using. And if we cannot use the owl, because I know it's a pain to have to drive up here and get out of the closet, haul it to wherever you're going, then we can have the meetings here, all the meetings here with the lights. And that's what I'm requesting. And I would appreciate adherence to that.
But yeah, but I think we can put language in the bylaws.
Okay.
And that way, and like you say, you do have to haul it, but if Stephen has offered to bring it to some of our
Mhm.
meetings, because we did take some of them, we have taken it to Hendersonville before
Yeah.
for other meetings. So, and Stephen said, well, I'll be glad to bring it to you when he's coming, but we can get, and I
Right.
have to come by here.
Okay.
So, that's not a
Yeah.
hard thing to do.
Yeah.
If you just remind me. you know.
Right. No, that's okay.
We need to
Right.
do that. Okay. With that, we'll move on. I have approval of the minutes from November the 8th, 2023 and November the 22nd, 2023. I do have copies of those, Pam, if you would like to look at them.
Please.
Real quickly. And while you're doing that, I will, do I have a motion to get them on the floor?
Thank you.
A motion
Okay.
to get them on the floor.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, Erica Grammer. So we'll give Pam just a second. We had the special, the work study in March, and Gabby or Amy took minutes for us. and I haven't received a copy of those. So we can just state now that we will look at those work study minutes, and it was on the owl. We can look at those in July, and put those in July, and approve those, because they were a work study.
She's referring to the work study.
The work
So,
study.
Yeah.
not the
Yeah.
official meeting, but.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't, it was a work study.
Yeah. You
So,
can't, we don't
um,
vote on anything, it's not
We didn't
official.
vote on anything. It was a more, basically get acquainted, catch up, because we didn't meet in January. And we got to hear reports that caught us up and that sort of thing. So it wasn't anything we voted on at all. But we do have minutes that were recorded, and we did record it on the owl, so. But we can put those in July if we need to get those approved. So we can wait until July on that, so.
Do you mind if I look at one of those? I forgot to bring my copy. I thought I had a question on one of them.
The 8th or the 22nd?
Either one you're not looking at right now. I just wanted to look at something.
So the motion is on the floor. If there are any questions or discussion, or, did you ever get a copy of those, or?
I watched the meetings, and
Oh,
I
okay.
read the minutes, but I wasn't here, so I can't.
Okay.
She emailed them to me, so.
No,
November 8th is-
we're looking at this,
Actually
the
has
8th.
March ones on here, but it's like the rough, like it has.
Yeah,
printed in
uh-huh.
this format, so I-
Yeah.
There was something that I was.
I knew that I had 2, 3 computers going. I know I had all of you taking notes, so, but, like I say, we didn't vote on anything, so it's not anything that has, and we can wait until July just to get it in the record.
Okay. And why were there 2 meetings in November?
The second one, on November the 22nd, was a special call
Okay.
because there were things added to the agenda, and the public did not have a chance to speak to
I
it. So
see.
we addressed
Okay.
part of it on the 8th, and then finished it on the 22nd.
Well, the public was able to speak to
Both meetings.
To it at both meetings.
We took
There
public
was not
comment.
data put out in enough time for them to be able to
Yeah.
see it at the right time.
And on one, we went ahead and we heard director reports and things like that we didn't have to hear necessarily in the second one.
Legal recommended that we have the special call meeting.
To give public enough time to see the
Yes.
documentations.
When you, Pam, when you take your classes, have you met with Cecilia?
No, ma'am, not yet.
Well, she'll link you to the classes, and they will talk about open meetings.
Okay.
I took notes, but
Yeah.
I think after you do them, but they'll talk about that. And those are old recordings. And so the open meetings law requires that we publish the agenda with the notice of the meeting. It has to be an adequate amount of time. And that is not just for commission, it applies to any board that is funded. Because the libraries are funded by the county commission. So anything that's funded by the county commission has to be done, even tourism. And it's a 501c6, but they have to as well, because their funding, although it's set aside,
These were
flows through the county budget system.
Okay.
So,
Makes sense.
I think.
in case you're ever chairman,
Yeah.
You did these.
you'll want to know that.
Susie did those.
Yeah, those.
Yeah, these I did.
Susie did those.
I-
Beth did
Special,
those.
it was
I
Beth,
cannot
wasn't
remember.
it?
The special was Beth, is it? Yeah.
Beth was the secretary.
Yes.
She took the notes on that. Susie only does regularly scheduled. If we have anything else, somebody else has to take the notes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so quiet down here. I've been sitting up there in chaos for 2.5 weeks.
So, You're
my
as glad to
goodness.
see us as we are to see
know.
you. So,
I skipped out of the office waving at everyone.
We're out.
Do you have to take minutes for property assessment? Do you have to take
No,
minutes?
we're
for-
just
oh,
taking,
you just do this.
the customer service up there.
Oh, I was
is-
just asking,
Yeah,
I didn't know, if y'all ever had meetings that you had to attend when that was part of your job.
This whole travel.
No, ma'am.
and that bed and then my bed,
Yeah.
and I'm like, my neck's going.
Okay, good.
okay. Now, Joanna, did you have any questions or anything after?
No, I just realized I left those at home.
Okay.
I thought I had a question, but if anything, I'll ask to amend them that last time, but I don't think there was anything.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
okay.
So,
So we have a motion and a
Yes.
second on the floor. Do I have, we've got a motion to approve. We'll do both of them at the same time, if you don't have any objection to that. So, all in favor of approving both sets of minutes, say aye. Any opposed? Okay,
I'll abstain because I was not present.
okay. Okay, on to old business, and that, the facilities committee report, and, we are down to one facilities committee member.
Hi, I
So,
Kaylee, sole member here.
Yes. But, we are gonna wait and see. I want you to think about committees. I will get you a copy of the bylaws. I can email those to you.
Okay.
And get you a copy of the bylaws, let you read about the committees, and Shannon, at the same time, and kind of just give some feedback, and, because you need to know what you're getting into
Sure.
before you absolutely volunteer
Okay.
to do that. Okay. So Kaylee,
Made some notes.
we don't need a motion to hear her report, do we? Do we need a motion to?
No,
hear
it's on the
her-
agenda.
It's on the agenda, okay,
I'm like,
All
you're
right.
making me think.
okay.
All right, so
I'll
my
try,
former.
I'll keep that up.
Ready?
Yes.
Ready? Okay, great. My former board member Debbie Martin and I were able to make it to Hendersonville and do their walkthrough back in December. Thankfully, she was able to get to the other 4 libraries before resigning, and they are all up to date. After reviewing the reports that I have received, Hendersonville and Portland's went very well. Only minimal issues that have already been taken care of or have a plan to be taken care of. Debbie had mentioned that Gallatin had a few issues that we may need to address, like more parking and changing tables to the main level bathrooms. In her report for Millersville, she mentioned the lines of the parking spaces were very worn and needed to be repainted, but that Amy was looking into that cost. She also noted a few helpful comments like adding more directional signs to the library as well as security cameras for safety. I have not received a report from Westmoreland, but when I do, I would be happy to report on that facility as well. I'll forward these reports to the rest of the board members for review. That's all.
All right, thank you very, very much.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
What did you say Portland needed? I didn't get that.
It looked like that everything that they had
Okay.
addressed was already being taken care of.
We can, I know
Oh,
Anita,
I'm sorry, I was just
Yeah.
listening from your
Yeah.
report.
Anita,
She needs a mop
she fixed
now.
everything, herself
Yes,
on
this is
those.
very new.
Yeah,
And that actually, at that time, was one of the problems we were having also was, the roof was leaking some, and we had some stain on some tiles.
Uh-huh.
Since, and I reported this to
Yeah.
Debbie and everything, we'd reached out to the city, and they also got with Conyer Roofing, and that has already been fixed and everything, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, I will address in the workshop, 'cause you weren't at workshop in March. I got in touch with Toby Ellis for, Amy and Lauren.
Awesome.
Did they call you back?
He did.
Yeah, I know, yeah, so he's our road superintendent.
Okay.
And I know he did not do the striping, but he could put them in touch with somebody who could.
Okay.
Okay, so since you're on facilities, I wanted you to know
What was his
that.
name, Toby?
Toby
Toby
Ellis, ELLIS, and he is the road
May I
superintendent.
make the board aware real quick? I just got a message from my library saying they are sheltering in place right now.
Tornado
Oh,
warning.
yes,
Mhm.
yeah. It's coming
Yes,
to
3:45 was
Yeah.
the last
Okay.
one.
So, keep them in your prayers.
Where
So
is
we
their
will-
shelter? Where's
their
their shelter?
We have a hallway that's kind of between the staff bathroom and the
Oh,
workroom, so it's kind of a very closed-in
back
area.
hallway.
The back
Okay.
hallway, yes.
Okay.
And
Maybe
Jackie,
heading toward West
you live
Side.
over in Portland, don't you?
But I'd rather be right here, right now.
I know.
In this basement,
I know.
yeah.
Oh, and
Right.
also,
I live in
family.
Portland
Also,
as well,
I'll
so I'm
add,
sending a
I
message to
watched,
them.
general ops meeting this morning, and they discussed Gallatin's parking situation, because they're building the new parking lot.
Right.
And the county, there is some discussion that it was gonna be like a city-county parking lot, the courthouse parking lot. There is some discussion about, will the county own it, or will it be a joint thing? But they discussed the parking in Gallatin because where they're gonna charge money to park at that parking lot at the courthouse, and the discussion did come up, people that don't wanna pay to park at the courthouse are gonna park in the Gallatin parking lot, the library parking
Yep.
lot. So, Gabby, I know you're not here, but I'm sure you'll watch this meeting. You are being discussed, and so is your parking issue. So I wanted you to know that. And I don't know, I was even thinking, certainly the staff at Gallatin Library may end up needing parking permits. She may end up having to do some type of parking permit thing. I don't know how that'll work, but because I was thinking about that, so since I'm talking out loud, I'll call David Klein, who's on Gen Ops, about possibly her issuing parking permits to people who have library cards. in that-
Or maybe putting
in
up
the-
signs saying for library, like.
But a sign is not ticketable. A
So,
parking permit
what-
that you have that's issued with your library card, that you would put in your thing.
What I was referencing was, for the employees, maybe designating library employee parking spots. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right, but,
For at least the employees.
but for
be
it
taken
to
care
be
of.
enforced, I think there has to be something more than a sign. Like you can park in a handicap parking spot if it is not noticed with the sign, with the fine.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
the cost of the signs may be more prohibitive than the permit. So I'm just thinking ahead, because I don't know how they're gonna deal with all of this as we go forward. And the courthouse opens, I think June 2nd. No, that's a Sunday. They're doing a walkthroughs the end of May, so June 3rd, I guess, is when they open. So this is going to become
Yeah,
this is going to become a need right away.
Yes.
Yes.
and it's one of those things that you don't think about until it becomes a problem, you know. I'm glad they're
Yeah,
being
yeah,
proactive and thinking ahead.
yes.
What are we gonna do with these people, and how are we gonna,
And Christian Towers gets to park in that parking lot too, because they gave their property up for that parking lot, and they get designated parking spots. So, good news is they're looking at a $5 fee to park, not 25. So,
so $5
People are still
for the
gonna
whole
overrun Gabby's parking lot.
right.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
there's
But I'm just
always-
telling you all that if you go down there, the fee is not gonna be Nashville
Yeah,
to park.
and, I
Sorry.
do know that, the Baptist church there has several places, and they have always been, when Gabby had her open house,
Mm-hmm.
they've always been very gracious and understood the overflow there. But now with it being a different ballgame, that may be something that has to be worked out as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
I want
Thank
to
you.
echo the consideration we were saying, it was because I think the length of the table,
Mhm.
we were also saying, in consideration of
Mm-hmm.
Portland Library, we also want to remember your household and
Mhm.
her household, because they're in the same places.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Thank
so
you.
with her on the phone, she's in
Yeah, I'm
communication
in
with her
communication with my
family.
husband, sorry, I just
Oh,
wanted
Yes,
to make sure
who's
y'all knew that.
also under the same thing right now.
Okay, well, let's just move right along
Yes.
and see
Yes.
how fast we can get through. The new business is, it is May, and according to our bylaws, it is the month to elect officers. So, and we need to look at chairman, vice chairman, and we have no secretary, we have no treasurer because they have both resigned in the last little bit. So we can just take it one at a time and go from there and get a slate of officers to be in accordance with the bylaws. So I will open up the floor and I will take nominations for the chairman of the library board.
I would like to nominate Joanna
Okay.
Daniels as the chair.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Okay.
I didn't ask you, is that cool?
I know, I'm like, okay.
Are you fine with that?
You don't wanna train me?
Huh?
You don't wanna train me?
I can.
Okay,
So,
alright.
if you're fine with that, is your schedule gonna allow it? Because I know you've had a,
I am praying that everything is all good
Okay.
and, no one knows what's gonna happen in the future, but yes.
all right. So, with that, we'll let nominations cease and we can vote yes or no on Joanna Daniels as the chairman. Okay. I'll do a roll call vote. Shannon,
No.
Joanna,
Yes.
Erica,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Pam,
Yes.
and I'm gonna say no, and Kaylee.
Yes.
Okay. So we have a new chairman that will take over in July. So, congratulations.
Hey, congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, vice chair. Do I have a nomination for vice chair?
I nominate Jim Holcomb.
Okay.
I second that.
Jim?
How are you
Are
feeling?
you gonna decline or are you gonna say
I
yes?
get a choice. Can I phone a friend?
Can you
phone
phone a friend?
There it is.
I'll accept.
Okay. All right, so I have a nomination and a second, and Jim's name is on the table, so, we can vote on that.
Madam Chair, do we entertain other nominations?
We can,
Okay.
but, yeah, we can,
My feelings won't be
if you
hurt.
would, I was gonna say, we can if you wanna try to do something about
No,
this.
yeah.
And,
don't-
Vice chair is easy. I'm vice chair of 3 things.
Well,
It makes you
that would
nothing.
be more.
It just makes you nothing.
Oh, thanks for the vote of confidence.
Well, I mean, I'm
That's
just
right, count on your
saying,
support.
it's the easiest role to have. In the event
Can
of
you
a
name
crisis.
any number of vice presidents in the last 200 years?
I can name some
Besides
obscure
Dan
ones.
Quayle.
Hannibal Hamlin.
Yeah.
That was Lincoln's
Lincoln's
first vice president.
president.
Look at you
Yeah,
with the
I knew
knowledge.
that, yeah, I
Look
knew
at
that.
you.
So, but anyway, yeah, I'm saying, can you name any
course.
vice
Plenty.
presidents along the way?
And
All
they served
right.
as the head of the Boy Scouts of America, honorary position.
Oh, that's not what they are anymore.
Well, I know that, but Hannibal Hamlin would have been the head of the.
Well, here in our bylaws, you have to be on the personnel committee, so.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Okay.
Well, if you-
So there, we add a little.
I'm not, I wanted to be, but you put me on
No,
budget.
oh,
Yeah. I am
Well,
in person though, so I think.
I will
excel
tell
at that.
you that, I saw your
Well-
name somewhere and I pulled those committees out.
That's
so.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
But anyway.
I saw those.
Mhm. All right, so we're now, voting for Jim as vice chair.
Yes.
Shannon. Joanna,
Yes.
Erica,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes?
Pam,
Yes.
okay, yes, and Kaylee.
Yes.
All right,
Thanks so much.
Oh, thanks.
How about yourself, Jackie? Did you say yes? Did you say yes?
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay, I didn't hear.
Feels like the election I fixed in Guatemala.
now, secretary. And, secretary is very, you almost have to be ADHD because you've got to listen, you've got to contribute, and you've got to take notes. And we have Susie, thank goodness, for the regular meetings, but for any other meetings along the way, you're on your own. So, do I have any nominations for secretary?
Madam Chair, I'd like to nominate Erica.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I would like to actually add a nomination in there.
Okay,
I would like to nominate Kaylee.
okay.
Excellent dodge. Great dodge.
So,
Either would be fine.
who's willing to accept it
Right.
since you found somebody else to take your place? Are you telling us that you do not want to accept the
I would
position?
prefer not to
Okay.
at this time.
Better try to withdraw my nomination from the ungrateful Erica.
Thank you for the honor.
You're welcome.
It's actually because of my ADHD that I'm more nervous about taking the position.
No, I think that's in one of those, that is the place it needs to be because of the fact you do have to do so many things. Okay. So
Well,
we have,
Thank you for that.
do you have a weather report for us or
They say it's tornado going toward Portland.
Yeah, there is one
It's a
on the
war-
ground.
It's a war.
They said it was coming across the interstate,
Yeah,
going
it's
to
a
White
warning,
House, and
which
then coming
means it
straight to
is.
Portland.
We are praying and well, let's get this
I
done.
know. So,
Good.
Can we
Yeah.
stop and have them on the road?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, absolutely.
I was just gonna
Join
ask.
hands and have
Yes.
her-
Yes,
I'm
let's,
so
yes,
grateful
let's
for
do.
you asking that,
Yes.
because I was just thinking the same thing.
I am fine.
I'm good.
So we're
You
gonna.
want to have a moment of silence, or does somebody want to leave?
I'll pray.
Okay, thank you, Shannon. Come on around.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and thank you for all these beautiful people here today. Please be immediately and greatly with all of the residents in the city of Portland and all the people traveling to and from. Let whatever happens happen, but that no lives may be harmed. In your name we pray. Amen.
And
Thank you,
really quickly,
Shannon.
do you mind if I say a prayer real quick?
Yeah.
And Heavenly Father, I just ask that you stop this tornado, that it not go anywhere, that right now it be dissipated and nothing in the Sumner County or any other surrounding counties would be affected by this weather. Pray this in the name of Jesus.
Yes.
Amen.
thank you both.
Thank you for asking.
Thank you.
Have you got anybody on the phone, Anita, or have you heard anything from the fact that they were sheltered in place?
Somebody did text me to say one was going through White House territory.
Do y'all have landlines?
That's my family.
Where? At where?
White House, okay. So we'll just include that prayer for Sumner
Yeah,
County,
yeah,
the whole
we're-
thing.
It's dissipating, I said the whole Sumner County and surrounding counties. Okay. In Jesus' name.
Since Erica has asked that her name be withdrawn, Kaylee's name is now on the floor. So we'll do a roll call vote. Shannon,
Yes.
Is there a second?
Yeah, was there a second?
Yes.
did I have a second?
I was second. Oh, perfect.
Yes.
They fought
So who
over
is
it.
it?
So Susie, you get to pick one.
Say Joanne.
Okay. Joanna.
Yes.
Okay. Erica.
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
Pam.
Yes.
Jackie. Yes. And Kaylee.
Sure.
All right. Now, the next one is treasurer.
I'd like to nominate Pam Teller.
I second that nomination.
Okay,
That's a good one.
we have a motion and a second. And with that comes, you're automatically chairman of the budget committee as well. But this is the time of year, and we don't have a budget as a board. We don't have a checkbook, we don't have anything, so it's not a lot of record keeping.
You will work.
It's just supporting the directors and working in liaison with the commissioner in their budget process.
Okay, who's on the budget committee?
Joanna and Jim.
Okay.
Currently, now,
Yeah,
July there.
July will be
yeah, it starts in July.
maybe some shifting around, but
Yeah.
currently who's on.
So,
Yeah.
but, okay. So, I have a motion and a second. The name is on the floor, so we'll, do a roll call vote. Shannon,
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
yes. Oh, good.
Joanna,
Yes.
Erica,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Pam,
Yes.
Jackie, yes, and Kaylee.
Yes.
All right. So we have a new slate of officers. Congratulations. And July will come very, very quickly. Now we'll do,
Is that when they're installed? I'm sorry, excuse me.
we don't officially install them, they just
But
take
it
over
starts in
July.
July.
They-
Oh, okay, all right. Fiscal
So.
year.
Uh-huh. Okay, very quick and short, we'll do director reports, and if you don't mind, I can read Cecilia's very quickly and go with that, and then we'll let Anita and Alicia and Lauren do theirs, but, okay. Cecilia says, please review and sign the library service agreement attached. Since I'll not be at the meeting, please call or email if you have any questions or concerns. And I don't think it's probably the same kind of stipulations as last year. And she sent that to all of you, I think, except Pam.
Yeah,
So-
she just sent it today, though.
Yes.
And I know that I just got it today, and I don't think Pam has had a chance to look at it. So my question is, does this have to be signed today? Because she sent it
No, I think,
literally last minute.
I'm not sure, but I think we've got until July. We signed it late July.
Yeah, we did. That's
And we were late, but we signed it even later than that. But they do withhold funds if we don't sign it.
Right.
The state withholds funds if we don't sign it.
We had this conversation well in the fall last
Yes,
year.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Right.
And she
I don't think we
sent
signed it
so
until
late. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
At the September, I think.
But if we sign it in the first meeting in July, then everything is fine, right?
Should.
They-
Okay.
One
What,
time.
my feeling is, and if, we do have a work study in June, so if we have to do a special called meeting to make sure that it's signed in June, to make
we
sure.
can.
But that way it'll give, and Shannon, have you seen one of these before?
That's what I'm looking at right now. Is it
Okay.
the service agreement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Here's
my,
the hard copy if you
No,
want.
that's
want
okay.
some real
That's
quick.
my motion is to allow us to take a look at it and to let Pam and Shannon take a look at it.
Well, I don't think we really have to act. I mean, that's just what
Oh,
she
okay.
said.
Okay.
And so this is just what she
Okay,
said.
got it.
Does
So-
this affect our funding if we don't sign it today?
I think not today. Really and truly, we
It's
were
July.
late. Yeah, we
Oh,
were
okay.
late and the funds
Yeah.
were withheld last year. But if we do it by July, this fiscal year, the funding will be
It was
okay.
handled August, September last year. That's why
Yeah.
it was so late.
Oh,
So
okay.
July was,
We just don't get our state and federal funds until this is signed.
Yeah.
So that's
When did they,
Oh, so that's.
when
this
did they
is not-
release them? Yeah.
So it would be worse if it were
Operationally,
next
we're gonna be
March
okay.
that you didn't get your funds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanna make sure because we're in budget and
Yeah.
I don't want budget chairman from
No.
your commission
pressing it.
calling
This
me
is-
It just
saying.
delays us getting like our books and technology, but a month. is
When
not
did they
gonna really
release,
affect next
when
year's
did they
budget
start
much.
releasing those in July?
But
Or-
we get like a first quarter, is that like first of the year, and then like October, as long as everything's signed, they release the rest of our.
Okay.
So if you
We
don't
should
get,
have it done by
so
then.
you won't get your funding until August or
Yeah, like we're
September.
good if all
Okay,
makes
all right,
sense.
okay.
The next training is May the 28th at 2 o'clock. It's Professionalism in the Workplace by Kimberly Brown. It's 2 to 3 and it's virtual. And if you go back to
Can
look
you
at
say
her.
that information again? I'm sorry.
If you go back to look at her email, she's even got a place there you can click to sign up for it.
Okay.
It's a virtual workshop, Professionalism in the Workplace.
And it's
Kimberly
May.
Brown is the, and it's May 28th, 2 o'clock to 3
Are
o'clock.
those mandatory?
No.
Okay.
And they're designed for staff. We're always invited at any time to click in
Oh, right.
virtually or to
Yeah.
go. So, The next library director check-in will be May the 28th, 10 to 11. Library statistics and training is the discussion. So, I'm sure it'll be exciting. And she sent me statistics are just, I get lost. She sent me a flyer and I printed it in black and white. but it's for mentorship. And, here it is. It's a mentorship, and they are sending, a mentorship program between the libraries in Tennessee with a network of librarians in, a library staff similar in New Jersey. So it's kind of a, almost like pen pals, I guess, and that sort of thing. Have you all, have you done that before?
We did it through the PL and library. Sort of done stuff with it, it's been a few months. But like you said, like, they can reach out, and like, you can have certain things, like, it's your skill set, and people can reach out to you for that specific thing.
Right. So it's just a good, it's just a network experience, but she did mention that. The trustee workshop is in Brentwood, September the 19th.
And I went to that last year, and it was really good. And they get more funding the more trustees that
Right.
go.
Yes, you do get credit for for that workshop especially. They get credit.
You really, and
You
she
and
came, I remember Joanna coming back
Really?
with a lot. I was just coming out of wedding season, but she came back with a lot of information, was really excited about it.
It really,
good.
it's a
Yeah.
very, very good thing.
Yeah.
The tech grant,
Time on the 19th.
It's like an all day.
it will start at 8. They'll probably start registering at 8. And it will end at 2:30 or 3. It's an all-day
Brentwood, you
thing.
said?
Yeah.
Brentwood. So you have to leave here at
Say
6
all day.
o'clock
Yeah.
to
I
get
was gonna
there.
say all day on the calendar.
That's
Right.
right.
Yeah, okay.
The tech grant application deadline is June the 17th. There's a scholarship that are available for Southern Library Support Staff Conference and the 2024 conference Embracing Change and Forging the Future of Libraries, May the 29th and 30th of 24, and it's at Vanderbilt University. And if you go to that email, you can click there to access some more information. You all may know, what's the fee, what's it, you don't know anything about it either?
Think about this one, yeah.
Oh, okay, so this one is new. So if you want to learn more about it, and scholarships are available for the support staff conference. It won't include us. So, the trustee certification program, on the update on the trustee certification, Joanna and I are the only two that are certified trustees at this point, except for the fact that Shannon finished hers last night, so we now have 3.
Because it's my job to save the county money.
Yeah, right.
Y'all get money from other sources. I did my job.
And
Kaylee and I have been in communication with her.
Yes.
We're in the.
We're registered, we're
Yeah,
waiting.
we're going in.
Waiting
Okay.
for our email.
And she said she has a note, completing the program will likely affect the library's tech grant award. So if you haven't done so, please consider doing it before the end of May. So, the Tennessee trustee certification, it's 10 modules. All the trustees should complete it within their first year. It's easy to register. She gives you a link in the email. And if you ask for a password, please use Tennessee Lib guides, and it's all in the email. And then if you have any questions, Matthew Kirby is the contact, but it's all in her report.
And Pam, you won't get that until after you meet with Cecilia.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
And do I need to initiate that with her, or will she contact me?
she will contact you and do it. She will do a new, an orientation with you.
Okay, sure.
And,
Sorry, I'm just, I had a house destroyed by the tornado in Gallatin in 2006, so this makes me a little anxious, y'all. Forgive me.
all right. So we'll quickly, if you need to go.
No, it's okay, they're fine.
Okay.
I'm making sure there's
If you need to go,
Yeah.
it is
My
okay.
group has texted back and said they've gotten out of the hallway now, so.
Okay.
It seems to have passed through now, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And yours?
I haven't heard back from mine, but I'm hoping that's good sign.
Okay. All right.
All right. So, we'll go ahead and do very quick, and I know y'all are as anxious to give me a quick report as you are. So, the director reports. Dallas is not here. Hendersonville. Alessia.
Start a new president in 3 minutes or less.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do it.
You got this. All right, so as far as budget goes, we are at 69.9% of our budget spent so far.
Good.
We are trying to keep a little bit back because last year we had a lot of pop-ups right at the end of the year that I wasn't expecting. So this year I'm expecting. Our Friends book sale went well over, they wanted to do 6,000. I promised them I'd get them 7,000. They thought I was a liar. We pulled in 7,160. In addition to that, we had a very slow start with when I took over of working with the Friends and getting some money and things like that. But after almost a year of showing that we can squeeze a nickel, they have really released some funds. We were able to take advantage of the Barnes & Noble clean out and got about, I think we figured about $14,000 worth of furniture for $500.
Wow.
So if you have a chance to come by the library, I know most of you have been there at this point, been able to see the displays, it looks good. We lost one staff member to the Air Force, gained another staff member from the Army. So we're trying to get the full force in there. So we started, yeah, we went up a notch.
Hey now, my husband.
My husband's Air Force too. I can say those things.
Oh, okay.
So right now, everybody on staff is not only working circulation, but they're running programs. I did the third quarter reporting, looking at last year, we were at 50 programs, we're up at 159 right now.
Wow.
We've tripled our programs, but we've also quadrupled like our wireless users and just the meeting room usage and stuff like that. So it's grown, so we have talked about increasing some budget for personnel going forward. We are doing a lot of outreach this month. We are going to Goodwill to do a resource fair as well as the Hendersonville Arts Festival to also be in part of the resource fairs and just really trying to get outside of the library when we can. Everything else is hard copy. I did warn y'all that the book list was 27 pages and I completely lied. It's actually 78 pages. For some reason my scanner stopped. So I do have a hard copy that I send to y'all.
Just email.
Yeah, it's,
Yep.
like that. All right.
Thank you.
When you said
Very
27
good.
pages, I was like, mine was 14 and I have the smallest.
And I was confused by that, but I was like, I trust the scanner. I trust the scanner.
I don't know who's next.
Lauren was.
Lauren, okay.
Oh, okay. I've got the lovely green pages. So, kind of like we got hard copies stuff. Programs, we did our best this fiscal year through March and April. We had over 530 people at all of the programs all together. Our biggest one was the other community egg hunt the day before Easter. Over in town at the park. We host that with support through various organizations. So that was a big thing. Our regular story times, Homeschool Connection, our Friday Alphabet Sprouts, our teen groups. We had those regularly and we have a pretty steady crowd each week that comes to those. Homeschool on Wednesday continues to be our biggest event when people call to like reserve our meeting space, or if maintenance or IT are coming by, I'm like, please come by any other time besides Wednesday morning because I won't be available. It's going to be a madhouse, all the fun stuff. We added 154 new books to the collection. We finished up our regional spending, and we have got just a little over $300 left to spend on books through the county, which may seem like jump change. I can get about 20 more books in May and July, which is pretty, it's okay because I've got about 50, 60 books to set out, and those that have been in my building know that that's pretty good for our display space. We haven't added any new technology. We've ordered some more kits that we're using in-house that are not going into circulation. They've got solar robots, coding, electrical, stuff like that that kids can play with safe electrics. It's not like we're asking them to build circuit board, like big things. Millersville had a laptop that they were not using because it was a MacBook. They did not utilize it. And when I mentioned that I was purchasing one next year with the tech grant, Amy said I have one that has not been used that was purchased previously, so we transferred that over to our library. So now we have 2 MacBooks. One's used for programming, and one is the one that I use for various meeting streams, pretty much daily. We purchased 4 new security cameras. It's the same system that Anita has. Those have been installed. We finished up our tech grant. Our kitchen is slowly turning back into a kitchen/office area, but it looks much better than it has.
Warren doesn't feel claustrophobic.
I moved a shelf and I don't feel boxed in, so it's very nice. Looking forward to this fall when I get an office again. Circulation, we had almost 2,500 items circulated. And juvenile and adults, it's pretty similar on the amount, so we don't have these are not kid heavy, we're not adult heavy, it's very much family oriented. Aside from ebooks, adults love using Overdrive, Libby, and that's all state, federal funded, so that's a good thing, even though if you use Libby, you know how annoying it is having to put a book on hold. But
It is what it is.
it is what it is.
Mhm.
And we are just a little bit below our projected spending. We're supposed to be right at 80 or something right now, and we're at mid-70s. I did purchase some furniture that we're gonna need this fall. I went ahead and put that order in today, so our budget looks a little bit better. And that's about all I got. Yeah. And next week, we're gonna be closed for training, because Gallatin's closed today, Wednesday and Thursday, and then we'll be closed next Wednesday for our
Okay.
staff training.
I have a question. If she moves her property, Amy gave you her computer, do y'all reflect that in your budget?
I
Do y'all
haven't,
do an
not that I've ever.
she doesn't have to?
If that's something that y'all would prefer us to do, we can, but that's not something that's been.
Well, we do that in the county, I just didn't know if y'all did that at the libraries.
I just keep
Okay.
record of it, like the IT department transfers it from Millersville's ownership to ours in their records, so that they
Okay.
know where to find it.
You know what, I'll ask about that.
Yeah, like their inventory shows it's ours now, but I don't know as far as budget wise what it looks like.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes
Because since
sense.
at the end of the fiscal year, you have to, whatever you do, have, I just don't want you to get dinged from finance because
Yes.
you didn't
Mhm.
show a line item shift, a move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Anita.
Am I up?
Yes, and
You guys have your copies here and everything. It basically just highlights, the three main ones that I highlighted was our total number of programs that we offered in March and April. We offered 59 different programs, and of that, 1,329 people attended those programs. Now, that was just library programs only. We actually also had programs that are not actually sponsored by us, but they might be, we have beta clubs that meet there, we have homeschool groups that meet there and everything. So for those, we had about 32 different programs that were not our sponsored, and there was like 400 and something people that attended all those. We actually are the lunch spot, I guess you would say, for our Chamber of Commerce. So they come every month and have their lunch in there, and then we always have a guest speaker, or they have a guest speaker. So they're our biggest one. We usually have 50 or 60 people that attend on that day and everything. We actually circulated 11,376 physical items. In addition, we also had 4,520 electronic circulations for the month of March and April. We used actually some of our federal money, the money we get from the region and everything, to buy a lot of electronic items to put in the electronic catalog this time. We haven't done that before, but we actually added like 150 electronic items this time. We had 608 media items actually added to the catalog in the last couple of months. We did delete 244 items just because of condition or lack of interest, and everything. We are currently sitting at 73.3% on our budget, and kind of like what Lisa was saying, I kind of wait until the last, minute or whatever to start using up. Like I just zeroed out my health and safety line, I bought new first aid kits for us to have in the library. So it's like I'll kind of wait till the end of the year, fiscal year and everything, to use up some of my other lines. So some important dates we have down there, there's 4 big, huge, important dates, and if I've been stressed, you'll know why. This is them, those 4 dates. So April 26th was the first day we actually started using Kronos. That's the new time system that the Sumner County system wanted us to use. They kept saying, it's so easy. I'm still waiting for that part. May 15th, that's going to be our first day of going live with the new atrium system. May 22nd is our first day to register for summer reading program, and then June 1st is actually going to be our first day of summer reading. If you'll see the little flyer, the next page there, the really colorful one of our, actually my operations manager and everything did this herself, the whole balloon and all that and everything. We actually, if you can imagine this on a t-shirt. This is actually what our t-shirts are going to look like for summer reading.
Very cool.
So I actually got with a company that does transfer items, And I have a heat press, so everybody just buys their own t-shirt and I do the heat press. So, saving money.
That's right.
I think that is about it. If anybody has any questions.
I do.
Okay.
What is the electronic, what you saying you bought?
Libby, ebooks.
No, no,
Oh, I'm
no,
sorry.
you bought new electronic things to check out, so what are some examples of that?
No, not, I misspoke then.
No,
Not
I don't,
electronic
I just
items.
need you to explain it
Yes.
to me, yes.
So in Libby,
Oh, that.
what happens is libraries actually purchase the rights to
Okay.
have that book checked out.
Oh, it's the book,
Yes,
it's books,
yes.
okay,
Now-
ebooks, okay, I get you.
Now, the advantage is like if I buy the rights to this book, then
Mhm.
my library patrons get first
Gets priority.
dibs on that
Oh,
book.
That's
okay.
awesome.
If no one else is using it, then
Yeah.
other libraries can obviously download it too and
Oh, very
everything.
cool.
But the advantage to buying them is, yes, your library patrons get first dibs on them.
So what would be an average market price on that? Like, how much do you pay?
I started to say, they're actually pretty expensive. They're
Oh,
like
really?
$100 and something, but it's
Oh, I
good for
don't-
like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
You
it's
know
like,
it's a
yeah,
high, what, high demand.
yeah.
Per piece?
Per
book?
piece, yes.
Oh, okay,
Wow.
okay.
Is how much?
What?
It's about 100 and, I think it's about $130 something, yeah.
I don't purchase them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, we hadn't before either, because they are kind of expensive and everything, yeah.
I can say as a Libby user,
Yes,
Thank
thank you,
you.
yeah, yeah.
I like
Yeah.
when that increases
Yeah.
because things
And
become
we
real.
also not only have Libby, we have the other one that's called Hoopla. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it or
Yes.
anything.
That's
You
what
don't like it.
National Public
You
Library
don't like
uses.
it.
We tried to do it. My husband was like,
I prefer Libby.
I will never be able to get a movie downloaded from this.
Yes.
Oh, we didn't like Hoopla
Okay.
at all.
Yes.
But we don't do a lot of I don't read any books
I do.
online either.
I
mean,
almost
like,
do it
like-
exclusively,
Yeah.
so I listen to a lot of the audiobooks,
audiobooks.
and so I
Well, our
do.
Hoopla usage has gone from like just a couple of hundred to over 700 now. It's like, yeah, we have a lot.
Oh,
of
and
people
one
using it.
other question, you mentioned Chronos.
Yes.
Have y'all are all on it too? So how is it, I'm asking because it was a big deal for the commissioners.
Mhm.
How is it? Like, what is it? I
Once I
watched-
learn it and everything, and everything does become just a routine, I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. Right
Okay.
now, it's just a matter of, oh, I'm supposed to approve that, oh, I'm supposed to,
And then
change
it
that
is-
color, it's like, yeah.
But y'all are in your training time right now, right?
Yes,
With
right
everybody
now, we're actually
this
doing
week
paper,
and next
yes,
week,
we're
right?
doing paper timesheets and Chronos and everything, and Annette is wonderful. She has just, I mean, every time I'm like, I got another question for you, and she's like, keep shooting, it's okay, so.
When I sat in the financial management meeting and watched it,
Mhm.
it made me want to cry a little bit. But I know in the long run, it's gonna be better.
Right.
It'll work better for
Yeah.
y'all with.
The only
Upstairs.
problem is, and libraries and everything are just a little different, because we have such weird schedules.
Yeah.
It's like, we may not work the same schedule every week or something or whatever, so it's just a little bit
Are
different.
they letting you,
and-
personalize your parameters on that?
Yeah,
So you can, okay, good,
Yeah.
because so it's not a blanket parameters.
no.
Okay,
Yeah, we
good.
work with Annette, and she has,
Okay,
she
all
put in
right.
our schedules for us and
Okay,
everything. yeah.
good, good.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you from the,
Yeah. Yes,
from the
ma'am.
penny pinchers of the
Well,
commission.
Really quickly, I just wanted to say that I became very intimately involved with payroll.
Okay.
Like on November, December, and January.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I hate
oh
payroll.
my gosh. Because I came to you, I
was
came to you, and I was like, please explain this to me. And
Because there's like 3 different 2-week periods that we were.
I was
with,
just
yeah.
like, what? So when Cronus came along, and Annette was amazing with helping that, and I've been watching as everything has been evolving, and just wanted to say kudos to you guys, because I was just like, my head hurts from payroll.
Yeah.
So
So
how's
it-
it going for you at
It
Hendersonville?
is smoothing
It's working
out.
really well.
Is it working really well?
We have
Awesome.
some employees who are a little bit more technology.
Yeah.
They're getting to do their punches, but
Yeah,
we're gonna get there.
awesome.
Good thing is we can go in and
Yeah.
say, like, we couldn't do that would be a headache.
The only thing I have seen is
But I don't
that
wanna constantly. go
if they
behind.
clock out like 1 minute before time, it gives a red flag on their timesheet, and I have some anal compulsive people that are like, I don't want a red flag, I don't need that red flag. I'm like, it's okay, I can make it okay. They're like, I don't want a red flag.
Yeah, I would I would understand
Yes.
that. I wouldn't want a red flag on
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
computer. I want green flag.
exactly.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Anita, very much. Okay, we have finished in an hour and everybody's gonna get to go home at the same time, which is exciting and unusual for us. So, yes, Joanna?
I just make a quick last comment. I just wanted to, for those new to hear, the officers, like chair and vice chair that already have people in it, we take effect July, but the two that are empty take effect immediately. So just want y'all to know.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Just so you know, like,
Yeah.
you guys are immediately the treasurers.
Oh, hallelujah.
And immediately the secretary.
Woo, go us!
Welcome.
Yay!
And-
Just said before we said yes.
And we,
Thanks for letting us know that ahead of
and
time.
Haley, with secretary, it doesn't mean that you're secretary of all the committees. They've got to get their own note
Right,
takers.
I think
That
I
you're
did know
just
that.
here,
Yeah.
you're not with all the committees. They'll get
Yes.
their own
Yes.
note
That's a
takers.
good deal.
Whatever, unless you just want
Well,
to.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I'm probably good.
So yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that they were aware. of
Yeah,
that,
that, okay, so July,
Oh, I gave them to her.
gave them.
what do you need?
She wants the
November
8th
Yeah.
minutes.
Um,
November 8th
Do you
minutes.
mind if Pam has
wanted to take
the
Well,
printout of that?
I'll find them.
Thank you.
in a
Yeah, I
minute.
just-
They're in
I
this
browsed, I
pile
just wanted to-
or somewhere. They're in this pile.
Thank you.
I said something about letting you introduce yourself earlier, and we got caught up. Just very quickly, give us a little bit of introduction. Shannon did that last month, we may let her do it
Okay,
again, so,
okay.
you know,
Did what?
kind of introduce yourself at the work study. We're gonna let Pam just tell a little
Oh,
bit
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
And then if you want to again, we'll let you do that.
Oh,
Pam
yeah.
Taylor,
Okay.
better known as the Cake Boss. I own some Nothing But Cakes bakeries. So, I have lived in the Hendersonville area since the early 90s. I have raised my kids here. They all live within 7 to 10 minutes of me. We're very active in the community. The reason I really wanted to serve on the library board was for that very reason. I was a real estate agent for 25 years, and I've run the Nothing But Cakes bakeries now for about 9 years here in Hendersonville. And Sumner County has just been really good to my family. I've owned 2 businesses here. We've been very involved in the community. And I built a family business with the bakeries, and my kids and my grandkids and my sister and my sister-in-law and everybody is now working in the bakeries. And it's allowing me a little bit more free time to start to give back to the community that has just been so good to us. So that's just a little bit about me and why I wanted to jump in on the library board. My grandkids love to go to the library. I'm an avid reader. I'm an avid learner, so this just felt like a really good fit for me to be my first board appointment. So thank you guys for allowing me to serve on the board. And I hope that you guys will see that I'm really passionate about what we can do in the community, help raise money for the libraries. I've run businesses for the last 30 years, so I hope that I can bring a lot of value to the board and to the community.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And welcome.
Thank you.
So-
Thank you very much.
And so, if nothing else, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Madam Chair, I make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you so much.
I
Jim
second.
makes, and Joanna seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
On time.
Yes. I said we got to do it.
I need
Or you want me to-
47 of those little miniature babies.
Cecilia will
I
have a
bought
copy.
some one time as a fundraiser,
Oh,
and
yeah, we
I
did
hid them in my
that.
car,
Did you-
so I wouldn't have to
Susan,
share with my
did you stop
husband.
there?
I'll let you
Do
have
I
my
need to
copy.
do it, or do you?
That's what
Yeah.
Cecilia sent.
Okay.
No, she wants the November.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, you need that. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll take this so I can read
I
that.
meant to mention too, Portland Strawberry Festival.
Festival
is this
Saturday.
weekend.
Saturday, y'all come and join us.